guys up for a challenge? We're going to be starting cable stitches. This particular crochet stitch is called the tall single cable crochet stitch pattern. It's going to be the first pattern in my 3-part series where we are going to be growing these cable stitches, making them more and more complex. Though I think this is a perfect starting place for us so we can get through how to actually accomplish these cable stitches and do the crossovers. The level of this crochet stitch pattern is an intermediate level crochet pattern, even though I think some of you advanced beginners are definitely able to give this a shot. The multiple stitch count requirement for the tall single cable stitch pattern is a multiple of 6 plus 2. The materials that I'm going to be using for this demonstration is a size 4 weight worsted medium Aran 10-12 ply or 8 WPI sized yarn. This is Loops and Threads impeccable yarn in the color Putty. The crochet hook that I'm going to be using is an H8 or 5mm crochet hook. I have a pair of scissors and a yarn needle or tapestry needle to help me weave in my ends at the end of my project, so that way I have a nice clean swatch that I can attach to my stitch card, which is located on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com. It's a free stitch card with the pattern attached to it and a nice little place for you to attach your swatch when you're done for a quick reference. All right, let's go ahead and get started on how to actually do the tall single cable crochet stitch pattern. So since I'm working up a swatch, and this is worked in a multiple of 6 plus 2, I'm going to start by making 26 chains. 1, 2, 3, 25, and 26. Great. For row 1 of this pattern, we're just single crocheting in the second chain from our crochet hook and then making 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space all the way across. Go ahead and continue on. I'll meet you at the end of row 1. 24, and last stitch here, 25. Great. For row 2, we're going to start by chaining 1, turning our work, and then making 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space all the way across. Again, you will end row 2 with a total of 25 single crochet stitches. 24 and 25. Great. It is row 3 that we actually start that cable stitch process. Row 3 might actually be the most complicated row of the entire project because we are inserting our crochet hook into a single crochet stitch row. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to start by chaining 1, turning our work. For row 3, we will make 1 single crochet stitch in the first 2 stitch spaces. So 1 and 2. Next stitch will be a front post double crochet stitch around the single crochet stitch 2 rows down. So find the stitch space that would be next, go down to the single crochet just below it. We're going to yarn over, insert our crochet hook to the side of that stitch, come out the other side of that stitch, so we're right behind it. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through that loop, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Skip that stitch space behind it, we're going to leave that open, and single crochet into the next stitch space. And repeat. Front post double crochet around the single crochet 2 rows down. So here's that next stitch space, single crochet right below it, inserting a crochet hook to the side of that stitch, popping out the other side of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Skip that stitch space right behind that front post double crochet and single crochet in the next 3 stitch spaces. So 1, 2, and 3. Great. And that's the repeat pattern we are going to do all across row 3. So I'm going to do it with you so that way you feel confident in the process, but feel free to speed up if you need to. So front post double crochet around the single crochet stitch 2 rows down. Skip that stitch space, single crochet in the next stitch space. Front post double crochet around single crochet stitch 2 rows down. Skip that stitch space, single crochet in the following 3 stitch spaces. 2, 3. Front post, single crochet, front post, 3 single crochets. And then we will end row 3 by making 1 single crochet stitch in the last 2 stitch spaces. So there's symmetry. We started with 2 single crochet stitches, we end with 2 single crochet stitches. And that is what we're looking at the end of row 3. For row 4, it's just a single crochet stitch in each stitch space row. So we're going to start row 4 by chaining 1, turning our work, and then go ahead and make 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space, and I will meet you at the end of row 4 to show you what we do for row 5. 24 and 25. For row 5, we will start by chaining 1, turning our work, single crochet in the first 2 stitch spaces, and that's what we're going to do for every single row, so just be prepared. Single crochet in the first 2 stitch spaces. Next, we're going to front post double crochet around the front post double crochet just below us. So yarn over, take our crochet hook and swoop underneath that post stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, single crochet in the next stitch over, and front post double crochet around the next front post double crochet just below it. Great. And then single crochet in the next 3 stitch spaces. And that's all we're doing for row 5. All right, ending row 5 with 2 single crochet stitches. Let me go ahead and put the work down so you can see what we have accomplished here are front post double crochets that are in straight rows at this point in time. Next row, row 6, is single crochet stitch in every stitch space across. What you're going to notice with this pattern is every even number row is just a chain 1, turn your work, and make 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space across. That way we can keep all of our post stitches on one side of the work. So chain 1, turn, go ahead and finish row 6, and then I'll show you what we are going to be doing different for row 7 when we come back. 24 and 25. Row 7, chain 1, turn our work, make 1 single crochet stitch in the first 2 stitch spaces, 1, 2, perfect. It's row 7 that we start doing that crossover for the cable stitch. So what we're going to do next is front post double crochet around the diagonal post stitch. So yarn over, insert our crochet hook or slide it underneath the diagonal post stitch below, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, skip that stitch space right behind the post stitch and single crochet in the next stitch over. By doing that, we're kind of locking in that diagonal post stitch, so it's really important that we do this. Next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet stitch behind. So yarn over, find the post stitches behind, swoop underneath that post stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, skip that stitch space and single crochet in the next 3 stitch spaces. 1, 2, 3. And there we have our first crossover. And that's what we repeat all the way across for row 7. So again, front post double crochet around the forward diagonal, single crochet, and then front post double crochet in the backward diagonal. Great. And then single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. and ending row 7 by making 1 single crochet stitch in the last 2 stitch spaces. Row 8 is an even number row, so we're just making a chain 1, turning our work and making 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space across. Finish row 8 and I'll meet back up with you for row 9. 24 and 25. Great. Row 9, last row of this repeat. Chain 1, turn our work. Single crochet in the first 2 stitch spaces. 1, 2, and then for row 9 we are front post double crocheting just straight down. So yarn over, find the post stitch that is just straight down, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, skip that stitch, single crochet in the next, and front post double crochet in that stitch directly down. And then single crochet in the following 3 stitch spaces. 1, 2, 3. Look at that cable. It's begun. We can see it now. Right, continue on. Front post double crochet straight down. Single crochet. Front post double crochet straight down. Single crochet in the following 3, 2, 3. Front post double crochet. And single crochet in the last 2 stitch spaces to close row 9. This is what you should be looking at the end of row 9. Awesome. And then the repeat pattern for this tall single cables crochet stitch is just repeating row 4 through row 9. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 row repeat. What you're going to notice is every even number row is just single crocheting all the way across, so that way you can keep all the post stitches on one side. And then when it comes to the post stitches, it's kind of like a dance. So it's going to go 2 rows where it's straight. So it's going to go straight, straight, cross, then straight, straight, cross. And you don't really have to follow the pattern so much once you pick up on the rhythm of it. It's a lot of fun. Now, if you are noticing that all of a sudden you're losing stitches on one side of your work, or your cables are starting to look a little off or like they drifted, go back and check to make sure that you did skip that stitch space behind the double crochet, the front post double crochet. I can see that being an area that somebody accidentally messes up and they work a stitch into that stitch space, causing the whole cable to slant. Also, on those single crochet rows, those even number rows, count your stitches to make sure you're staying on track. It's a perfect opportunity for you to just do that check and make sure that everything is looking the way it should be before you get too far into the project and then notice there's a problem and have a lot of undoing to do, which is always a bummer. I hope you really enjoyed this tall single cable crochet stitch pattern and that you look forward to the next 2 videos of this series. It's just going to get a little bit more and more interesting. I don't want to say complicated, because yes, it will be a little more complicated, but it's going to be very intriguing how they work these multiple stitches together in this crossover. I have so much fun working up these swatches with you. If you'd like to keep going, I've created a whole playlist of just swatches that we can work up together. Check out this playlist right here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have the best day, and I'll see you with my next video. Bye guys.